Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Flora 3-arm vertical pendant. This is going to be the 10-3033. There's also some beautiful sconces that go with this. You should check them out and watch those videos. Let's get into the height of the fixture itself, independent of the chain it's hanging from. That's coming in at 26.5. Diameter is 15.8, and it's going to be a total encompassing of all your glass and all of your pieces. This is going to ship with 36 inches of chain to begin with. It's going to ship also with 15 feet of wire. I want to show you a little bit more information about a lot of this, and how we're going to do it is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you're going to be getting 36 inches of chain, that 15 feet of wire. It's going to be part of it. It's going to show you a good parts list. It's also going to show you a 5-inch canopy that's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have on your ceiling. Now, if you need more chain than that, because you only get 36 inches to begin with, and you might be coming down from a second story, you can add chain together. There's a tool called a chain separating tool. It's in the picture next to me. I picked that up on Amazon for less than 20 bucks. Chain has a little bit of a little seam right on the side, and that tool allows this to open and close the chain without leaving marks on it. So if you don't have that tool, you might want to pick one up. Make sure that your installer uses the correct tool so you don't have any marks on your chain if you need it. And if you need more chain, just drop us a quick email and I can get a quote for you without any problem at all. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about a couple other things on that parts list. Let's talk about glass to begin with, because you're going to have two different options for glass. There's a pull-down menu. It says choose your glass. So one of them is going to be Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which is a milky, opaque white glass. I'm going to talk more in detail about how they make opal glass later in the video, so stay tuned for that. The other one's going to be a kind of a combo deal. So on the outer glass, you're going to have that same shape, but it's going to be clear with little bubbles called seated, little air bubbles inside. People absolutely love this glass. And to make sure that you don't see the bulb in the socket, there's going to be an inner diffuser, and that's going to be opal glass as well. So that's going to sit right inside of it, hiding everything. So those are your two options for glass. You're also going to notice in that parts list is this, and this is a socket tool basically, and what's keeping your glass onto the fixture itself is a retaining ring. You'll see that on the parts list too, and that fits into the flared end of this. So remember, don't throw this away once you use it. It takes the place of your hand getting into that glass, and you basically just put that in like that. You would grab your piece of glass, and what I usually do, sometimes it falls out, so it's actually, I put the glass on like this, and then I put it onto the fixture itself. You know, ready, tidy, lefty-loosey, and then when you take it out, it's gone. The glass is on your fixture. And again, don't throw this away. You may need it in the future someday. That's going to take us into what you can use inside of this as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using a G9 socket, and they have been around for a long time. If you want to stay with a halogen, you can. It's going to be a 60-watt halogen bulb that you're going to be using in each of these sockets. But there's so many great LEDs that I think you should use instead, and we're going to talk about those now. So we generally pick up our LEDs on Amazon. It's just the easiest place to get them. You would put in G9 LED, big page pops up. You're going to see some of them are like this. This is a phosphorus LED. Sometimes they have lines in them or these orange pads. That's okay. These are the ones I truly like, and these are called cob LEDs, and they look like a corn cob. They come in different lengths, and the different lengths are really going to be the different equivalent of light as far as the wattage equivalents. So we know you can do a 60-watt incandescent because that's the top for heat generated by a halogen bulb. But when you get into LED, you can do whatever you want as long as it fits in. The diameters are generally the same, it's just the lengths are different. So I have put in a 100-watt equivalent LED into this fixture, 3 of them, don't forget, that look like this but just a little bit longer, and they fit fine without any problem at all. And I picked those up on Amazon. But again, you can find these at True Value Hardware Store or Ace Hardware. You can find them at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, those places. But online tends to be the easiest place to find them. The color of the light they're going to be offering these to is going to vary quite a bit. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light. Just remember that. It's very pretty. Could be very romantic. You might be doing 2 of these over a dining room table. I've done that before with people. You really need a good ceiling height to carry that off. But in stairways and other places like that, this is a really good fixture. They're also going to offer these bulbs to you in something called daylight. Remember, daylight is the bluish white light, like a convenience store light. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom that mimics warm incandescent light is actually warm white, soft white. That's 3,000 Kelvin. So when you're out there looking in the world at LEDs, be very aware of that 2,700 Kelvin, 3,000 Kelvin, 4,000 Kelvin, 5,000 Kelvin. And what we like to use, like I said, is right in the middle, 3,000 Kelvin. That's the light coming down on this table from these LEDs just above me. In any event, just make sure that once you've done all that, you buy a dimmable version of that bulb, because in some circumstances you're going to want to be able to dim it down. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.